10 o'clock. Regular meeting of the Gilliam County Court is called to order. This is June 3rd. We're in Condon today. A quorum has been established. All commissioners are present, and we will now have the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. Are there any additions or revisions to the agenda? None? No. The only thing I would like to do is just item 7.9, I would like to have last, 7.10 before that. So we'll just consider approval of the intergovernmental agreement with ODOT prior to the discussing the winners of the What I Love About Gilliam County contest. All right. How's that? Okay with everybody? All right, 3.0, we will open the public hearing to consider a redemption acceleration on a tax foreclosed property within Gilliam County, city of Condon, because of potential threat of public health, safety, and welfare. The public hearing is now called to order. This is a public hearing to consider a redemption acceleration on a tax foreclosed property within Gilliam County, city of Condon, because of potential threat to public health, safety, and welfare. The Gilliam County Court would like to hear from the public on this matter during this hearing. The public hearing is an opportunity to comment before the county court makes a decision. We want to hear what you have to say, and we want you to give us your point of view. If you wish to comment on the hearing item, you'll have an opportunity to do so. All persons commenting must be recognized by the judge. Please speak clearly and slowly and state your name and address for the record. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Conflicts of interest. At this time, I would ask any members of the county court if they have any conflicts of interest. No conflicts. All right. Agenda briefing. We will read the agenda briefing first of all, and then we'll begin with public testimony. This agenda briefing was prepared by Kelly Smith, Deputy Tax Collector. The summary is: a complaint from Jennifer Putnam was received February 19th, 2026. In this complaint, Ms. Putnam claims that the property located at 403 North Lincoln Street in Condon has been vacant for over a year and has accumulated unmanaged garbage, creating unsanitary conditions, foul odors, and rodent insect hazard. She also reported that a refrigerator moved to the front porch was knocked down the steps by a windstorm in December of 25 and remains on the ground, posing a potential toxic hazard from the damaged cooling system. According to ordinance number 92.2, Gilliam County Tax Foreclosed Property Redemption Acceleration Ordinance, upon a complaint or report that any tax foreclosed property sold to the county pursuant to ORS 312.100 suffers waste or abandonment, the board shall set a date for a public hearing to determine whether such property shall be deeded to the county pursuant to this ordinance. If the county court determines that the property is suffering from waste and abandonment, it may enter an order directing the tax collector to deed the property to the county after completion of a 30-day accelerated redemption period. So that's the summary of this particular property. Public testimony. We will now invite all those signed in to provide comment on this matter to come forward at this time. Do we have anyone who signed up in person?
No, and nobody online either. I don't believe so. No.
Attorney Rask, was he going to be attending? Okay. I don't know if he wanted to comment. Just want to make sure he has the opportunity.
Good morning.
Mr. Rask?
Yes.
Okay.
I apologize for being late. I was having a technology struggle.
Okay.
Is
I
this
do.
the time set for this matter? I didn't get to pull up the agenda yet. So is this
Yes, the public hearing is now opened.
right?
I will let you know that, if you are testifying regarding the public hearing, you'll need to state your name and address and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Um, what I did is I read the briefing. I don't know if you heard that, which is a summary of, the property, what the alleged, hazards are. And did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
And I appreciate the opportunity to be heard. Did you get a chance to share with everybody some of the struggles we've been having with trying to get this done?
No, this is your opportunity
Okay.
to speak at the public hearing.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate that.
mhm.
Well, then I will state for the record, I'm Thomas Rask, an attorney representing the estate of Vern Lancaster. This is the subject property that is the matter before all of you today. As I shared earlier in the week with a representative from the assessor's office, I appreciate the patience that both the assessor and others. We worked with the sheriff's office on the occasional complaint about the yard work and other things. Over time, the struggle has been that Mr. Lancaster, on his passing, had substantial state tax warrants and federal tax liens on the subject property. And we have endeavored at substantial effort to try to get the federal tax liens rolled off over time, but the state tax liens did not. And we tried to negotiate with the state, taking the problem is the value of the property is under the stated amounts of the liens. And so you end up with an upside down property. So we went to the state saying, will you work with us? We've had people approach the estate to buy the property. I'm sure everybody would like it to be cleaned up and sold to somebody that, wants to reside there or, use the property. And the state's position's been, no, you have to bring us an offer and we'll go through a process, but they would not negotiate, and nobody would write an offer without knowing whether they're wasting time on trying to deal with this, because the value is the tax liens substantially exceed the value. So what I come before you asking is the following. I believe this process, if you give us some time, would allow us to use it in effect as leverage with the state. Because as I understand this process, if you complete the process, the state liens are eliminated and the county then takes the property free and clear. I appreciate under the current time frame that would be 30 days after the decision by all of you. We were going to ask if you could give us 90 days. We would stipulate to the process so that we could then, the estate could go to the state and say, well, if we don't get this done in 90 days, the county is taking the property and your liens go to zero. And I think that might facilitate getting the property sold, at least sufficient to get the state to waive down the liens and accept what's there, so that we can sell the property to someone that wants to use it and take care of it. So we were going to ask if we could, if you could vote to institute the process, but do it 90 days instead of 30, so that we could then go to the state and try to see if we can get a solution. If the state refuses to negotiate, well, then at least the county has the process completed and, in 90 days, it'll be dealt with. That was our thinking, because the estate once has tried to figure out a way to solve this to get the property sold, but has just run into roadblocks. And that's the struggle. So we don't like leaving it the way it is either. And I'm trying, we've been trying to figure out a way to solve it, but have really struggled. Initially, it was the struggle around the federal tax liens. Then the time period for them rolled out, leaving just the state tax liens. But the state liens still way exceed the value. So we come before you asking for some indulgence of time, but we also agree that we assume you want a process so this is done one way or the other. And that's why we were thinking if we can have you approve your process, but give us enough time, it's worth one more run at the state, because we have had interested parties, and I think we could get the state to negotiate given where the county sits on this issue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ask. We had another letter that came in. Did it get in the packet from a neighbor?
Yes.
Okay, so we had a letter from the written testimony from Jennifer Putnam. That testimony has been received, and it was, you have that, commissioners?
Yes.
You all have that. Do you have any questions about that written testimony? And that's neighbor. And then there was another letter from Jennifer Hall. Okay. Do you have that one in your packet? Okay.
I'm going to read it.
Yes, please read it.
Okay. I'm writing in support of Jennifer Putnam's request for action regarding the property located at 403 North Lincoln Street. I have lived around the corner from this residence since November 2020 and have witnessed the ongoing issues surrounding the property for several years. During that time, many different individuals have lived there, and the condition of the property has steadily declined. Most recently, to my knowledge, a couple living at the residence own multiple pit bull dogs. In August 2025, one of these dogs chased my 9-year-old daughter and our 8-pound dog down the street while she was riding her hoverboard around the block. We did report the situation to the sheriff's office. This was extremely frightening for our daughter and raised serious safety concerns for our neighborhood and the children that live in it. In addition, the accumulation of garbage around the property continues to grow despite the home appearing vacant for quite some time. The excessive debris, odors, and overall condition of the property have become an ongoing concern for nearby residents. I also share concerns regarding the refrigerator that remains near the front steps of the home as described in the Putnam's letter. I support Jennifer's statements and respectfully ask the county court to take action to address the conditions of this property for the safety and well-being of the surrounding neighborhood. Thank you for your time and consideration. Jennifer Hall.
Okay. And since that letter was read into the record, I'll read Jennifer Putnam's letter. Dear Gilliam County Court, I am writing to bring attention to an increasing problem of garbage accumulation at the above address. Above address is 403 North Lincoln Street, Condon, Oregon. The unmanaged waste leads to unhygienic conditions, bad odor, and is a breeding ground for rodents and insects. This house has been vacant for at least a year, if not longer, yet more garbage continues to be added to the piles. A second issue is a refrigerator from the home was moved to the front porch early last year. In December of 2025, a big windstorm pushed the refrigerator down the steps where it remains. This can pose a toxic hazard primarily due to the potential damaged cooling system that can still release harmful chemicals. I kindly request that you investigate this issue urgently. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Look forward to your response and how we can move forward. Okay, is there any other testimony? I want to make sure everyone has an opportunity. Nothing? No one present who would like to testify? All right, the public hearing to consider a redemption acceleration on a tax foreclosed property is now closed to additional comment. It is now time for deliberation. Would anyone from the tax collector's office, assessor's office like to come up? In case we have questions. Okay.
Do you have any questions? I think it's been fairly well covered.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
and
All right. Miss-
The only question would be that, does Mr. Rask understand how 2089 works and that, it's just not a taking as it happens.
Oh, House Bill 2089. Okay.
I can speak to
Go
that a
ahead.
little bit. So
Mr. Rask, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. This is go ahead and introduce yourself and you can take a
yeah.
seat if you'd like.
Kelly Smith, Deputy Tax Collector. We spoke on the phone the other day.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know a little bit about the new foreclosure laws that I had mentioned, but didn't really go into detail on. It used to be that the county would foreclose on a property, we would sell it at a auction, and then all the proceeds after our expenses to process the foreclosure would be distributed to the taxing districts. There was a Supreme Court case, Tyler versus Hennepin County a couple years ago that changed that. It said that violated the takings clause of the Constitution. And so we were no longer allowed to give that overage back to the taxing districts. So now at a foreclosure sale, we sell the property. Usually, well, the first attempt is we list it. And then we can auction depending on certain stipulations, but that's not the point here. The money that we earn from that sale then goes to pay back the county's financial effort put into the foreclosure process. And it pays the taxes owing that were written off. It pays those taxes to the taxing district. And any overage of funds goes back to the owner of the property at the time of foreclosure or the estate in the event that the owner is deceased.
And there's also a minimum bid on the first attempt to sell,
Yes.
which protects the
Yes.
claimant.
Yeah, it would protect the amount of surplus funds that the owner would get back from the sale because there's a minimum.
Which is 2/3 of the assessed value.
Real market value, yeah.
Okay.
Of the real market value at the time of foreclosure.
Okay.
Do you know what that is currently, Kelly?
Oh. I should have it here. At the time foreclosure proceedings were instituted, it was $70,490.
So two-thirds of that.
Yeah,
Would be the minimum bid.
yeah, and then if it doesn't sell at that first auction, then the minimum bid is the taxes that were written off and the financial contribution the county has made to process the foreclosure. So,
Okay. Any thoughts you have?
I just, Mr. Rass, they're trying to come up with a possible solution, but there's no guarantee either. And I don't know. This seems like this has been a problem, ongoing issue, and I just don't see a plan of action really from the estate that's going to take care of it. That's a concern. I think this has went on a long time, it sounds like.
If I might be heard on that to respond to the commissioner, I agree with you, Commissioner. I have struggled. I very much have been disappointed, I guess is the word I use, with the state's position, because we have tried and have just seemed to go nowhere. And so I appreciate the concern that the community would have that they want this resolved. That's why I was suggesting if you voted to proceed but gave us one final window, maybe we could go and use that. But you're right. I will always note that I can't guarantee anything with the state. And so I mean, I will say, Kelly, I appreciate your update on the law, because at least the estate may recover something then post sale because we have to pay the state anyway. I mean, in other words, if the state's a creditor of the estate,
Mhm.
whether it's a lien holder or not, it's a known obligation of the estate. So there's a pecking order under, probate law, and they're a creditor. So whatever extra proceeds, we would be dealing with them anyway. Um, uh, at the end of the day, I can appreciate if people don't want to give us one last chance with the state. I just thought it might be a smoother process to find a buyer than to have the county go through the process and then sell it themselves and deal with all that. If we could find a
Right.
buyer and use the pressure of this process on the state to come down on its lien. But I agree, I can't guarantee that will work.
Right.
So,
Go ahead.
this Commissioner Watkins, would there be some cleanup of the property meanwhile, are they gonna even attempt to clean it up?
That's a great question. There are almost no available cash, but there's a little bit, and I suspect that we would do that if we're going to list it. If I can get the state to negotiate the lien to a number that we could live with, then yes, we would do some basic cleanup work because we'd be going out to market to try to sell it. And there are some very limited funds, but some funds to be able to do some cleanup. I am, but I come back to, I don't know if the state will let us, they have to be willing to negotiate the liens. And for the last, year and a half to 2 years, they have been unwilling to do that. And that's the struggle. Now, your process is certainly a very big stick because ultimately, if you vote to say, we're going to implement this 90 days from now, I can take that to the state saying, well, in 90 days, the property's going to be gone and their liens are gone because the county trumps the state at that point. So, Commissioner, we would likely try to do some cleanup. The state doesn't have much for proceeds to do a whole bunch of work, but it could do some if we tried to take this approach of giving us some time. But I also appreciate the community's concern, and to the extent that if the county wants to take on selling it, I understand that because everyone's been very patient. So it's a tough situation.
Mr. Rask, the one point I want to make is the ordinance that we're relying upon itself only spells out 30 days. So that's where my thought process going for the accelerated period of time. So I appreciate your offering the 90 days, but excuse me, this is Judge Patnode speaking. I'm act as chair. So those are my thoughts.
Judge, if I could ask a question, if the county voted to proceed under the 30-day rule, is that something I could certainly take that to the state? I mean, I'm not opposed to trying to tell the powers that be, well, it's not 90, it's 30. I mean, I haven't talked to anybody subject to your decision. So,
right.
I guess my question would be, if I got movement from the state, is that something I could come back and ask the commissioners to revisit within the 30 days if I was able to get them to do something? Because again, I'm assuming you'd rather the estate deal with trying to get it sold rather than the county. But I don't know if that's if that's something that the commission can do or not.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think if we're going to follow the process, it's black and white. It's clear that if we make a motion and adopt the order today, it stands as a 30-day period of time, and that would be the decision if that's the way we go. But I want to make sure we have a full opportunity to deliberate on this.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And I appreciate the community's been very patient, and it's not like we haven't tried. We've tried and tried and tried. And
Right, yeah.
and so between the massive liens on the property and the state's unwillingness to negotiate, it's been very complicated. So
All right. Do you have anything further? No? Okay, Commissioner Wilkins is saying he's ready to proceed. Do you have any, are you ready? Do you have any more thoughts, questions? Commissioner Watkins?
The only thing I would ask is, if the 30-day is set in stone, but,
Mm-hmm.
sounds like this has been going on for a while, so.
Yeah. And yeah, the ordinance itself, which the county court adopted, it's an old ordinance.
Yeah.
But it is, that's what I relied upon in my thought process was, is there any other period of time that specifies anything mentioned in this ordinance that provides a different period of time or extended period of time? That's not the way I read it.
And
So-
it is tied to an ORS, so that would also take a little research into the ORS to find out if that's even an option.
Yeah.
So how much do we have into it in back taxes and legal fees so far?
Legal fees, I am not sure of. The taxes that we're owing at the time of foreclosure is what I have in here, so that would have been in August of 2025. It was at $2,859.91. It looks like it was accumulating about 600 in taxes a year, so there'd be another 1,200 in taxes on top of that, and then also whatever interest. Interest is currently accruing at 9%.
And then the legal fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they could, so according to what I calculated, they could be getting almost 50,000 if it sold at 2/3 the market. value.
Yeah, it could be,
Yeah.
it could be a good sale. We just,
So it sounds to me like it would be in the best interest of your client if the state lien went away and then they accepted whatever was left over.
We have a couple, this is Judge Padnote again, we have a couple of recent comparables, I guess. We tested House Bill 2089 in a couple of tax foreclosed properties, and I would say a comparable property sold for $50,000 just last week. So, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Anything further? How do you?
I think we should just go ahead.
Okay.
you too.
All right, so there will be two courses of action. One is the motion, which is in the briefing, and then there will be a motion to adopt the order.
I move the county court determines the property located at 403 North Lincoln Street is suffering from waste and abandonment, and the tax collector should deed the property to the county after completion of a 30-day accelerated redemption period.
I'll second the motion.
The motion has been moved and seconded to determine the property suffering from waste and abandonment. Tax collector shall deed the property to the county after completion of a 30-day accelerated redemption period. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we have the court order, which is right behind the briefing. And so it would be a motion to adopt the order, and with the heading, read in the matter of the hearing.
I move to approve order number 2026-01 in the matter of the hearing to consider redemption acceleration of the real property located at 403 North Lincoln Condon, 4 South 21 East 10 BA, tax lot 4300, owner Burnland Caster.
I'll second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded to approve court order number 2026-01. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rask.
No problem. Thank you, commissioners, for your time and patience with this property. Hopefully this process will get it to a resolution so that somebody in the community can buy it and the proceeds will be remitted through the estate to deal with creditors. So,
Yes,
all right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, 4.0 correspondence, public comment. Individuals wishing to address the county court may do so at this time and at other times throughout the meeting. Speakers are asked to raise their hand, give their name and their city, limit their comments to 3 minutes. Is there any public comment? Is there any online comment? Okay. 4.1 fiscal year 26 special projects grant final report is included under correspondence. And fiscal year 26 capital investment grant final report, that there's one for, excuse me, the first report was for South Gilliam Ambulance Service, and 4.2, the capital investment grant final report is North Gilliam Fire District. Any questions about that? 4.3 Treasurer's Report, April 2026. That is included in your packet. So any questions regarding the Treasurer's Report? Okay. 5.0 consent agenda. Included in the consent agenda is approval of amendment number 3 to intergovernmental agreement for Hood River County for medical examiner services. 5.2 consider approval of regular meeting minutes, May 6th as well as May 20th meeting minutes. And 5.4 consider approval of bills pending review for May 2026. Those are the items on the consent agenda. Any questions or comments?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Unfinished business, update regarding, this is 6.1, update regarding Marina and Company on audit Cassell project. Did you want to come up, Brooklyn, Finance Director?
Be up here for the next few, so.
Okay.
Cool. Yes, we met with Marine and Company yesterday morning to just discuss their status. They didn't have very much of an update from last week. They're still working on those fund balance issues. But they're down to that $3,300 within the cash balance issues for our budgeted funds. There are still some balance issues, cash balance issues in the custodial funds. So that's something we're still working to reconcile, but they're still set to have final documents to us June 22nd. They confirmed that with us yesterday, so we are hoping to receive those in, and then of course we'll have to review them. Any of the journal entries they're recommending and make those entries and review our trial balances and stuff after that point. But Brad Bingenheimer, I think is his last name, is going to be Benheimer. I butchered that. Brad, don't listen to this.
Brad, the
if you're
auditor.
out there. Yes. Brad, our auditor with Senior Luac, will also be at the meeting next week with Marina and Company just to kind of go over what is outstanding with the custodial funds and seeing if we're good to move forward with our fiscal year 25 audit. Yeah, that's the update there. Any questions?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about the auditor there.
Yes,
But
Brad's
yeah,
involved
that's all
there. So
Just
he's
keep
aware of where they're at. He did inform us that the 3,300 is immaterial, so that would not hold up the audit at all.
Okay.
The fund balance stuff is very close to being resolved, and then he's going to provide After talking with Marine and Company about the custodial funds on Monday, his input there about how it impacts the audit, but we'll know more after next Monday.
I think we're very, very close. At least today, it feels like we're almost there. And they've been very helpful.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. 7.0 new business, John Anderson. 7.1, consider CIS property and liability insurance proposal.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
So another year behind us. I'm here to have you guys take a look at and renew our major policies for the fiscal year of 7-1. We've got a little bit of a mixed bag here this year, some good news and some okay news. So I think in your packet you have the CIS on safe, right?
Yeah.
We'll start with the CIS because that's the better news. So CIS for the first time in, I want to say, my career in insurance of 15 years is offering a negative rate. So their overall rate was negative 3.25. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So we've had some 2%, 3% on the positive side. We've had some 20%, a lot of years in the teens. You know, so looking back, it's looked like that, but this year it's leveled off and in fact gone down a little bit. So that's really good news. That means that the CIS pool has got a good handle on claims, mitigating claims, you know, having the risk management come out to the entities. And so we're seeing that reflect in
Good.
the negative 3.25 rate. So that being CIS covers your liability, your auto liability, auto physical damage, property, flood, earthquake, crime, and also they're picking up your cyber coverage. So a grand total of $260,263.19.
John, I'm new to this.
Sure.
I don't recall some of this, but I saw unscheduled fine arts, 100,000.
Yeah, so it's part of the property policy within CIS. So
Okay.
everybody that's in the pool that has property as a line item,
Okay.
it's the bells and whistles and stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not a limit that we specifically set. It's just given to everybody.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's fine art or not, but
It is vintage.
So any questions on the CIS?
Okay.
I want to say quickly that it's been great working with the staff at Gilliam County, Brooklyn, Anya, the department heads. Everybody's been great as far as getting me the things that I need and then working with me as we go through claims.
Good. It's good to hear.
I have one more quick one.
Sure.
On the cybersecurity coverage, do you think that's ever gonna maybe level off a little, or
I do not.
it's just gonna continue to?
So when they're looking at analysis, like, so I attend the CIS annual conference every year. Taking a look at the chart and they'll talk about their projections of where we're going in the past. It's been a lot of the claim side has been on the employment practices side, wrongful termination, sexual harassment, those kinds of things. Got a handle on that. That's looking really good. A big part of the wedge is going to be from, especially if the entity has jails or prisons, a lot of claims coming out of that, but then also tied into the police side of things. That's where they're seeing the majority of their claims. The ones on the rise, cyber. And so as we're, fixing employment practices stuff, we've got cyber stuff over here continually on the rise. More often than not, in the next couple of years, whether it's special districts or CIS, their keynote speaker is going to be talking about cyber and the threat that's coming. The hackers and the attackers, they're faster than the people trying to protect. It's like, I don't know how you keep up with it. That's I don't really speak that language, but I listen to those people when they tell me that this is what we're up against. So
Right.
at this time, there's some tiered limits with the county. So they, like the fine arts, they give you 50,000 just for being a member with CIS. And then on top of that, we're purchasing some additional layers, which add up to just shy of $1 million. I think it's 950,000 is what our current limit is. So.
Okay. Do we have any other questions of Mr. Anderson?
So I have the safe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
On that portion.
Yeah. So if you guys decide to approve that one, there are, in your packets, there's a number of spots, well, need signatures returned.
Right.
Then I'll turn that into CLS, and then they'll issue the actual renewal documents
Mm-hmm,
sometime in June before July 1, and we'll get that over to you with fresh ID cards, so
right,
all those things.
okay. That's,
Okay.
we'll go ahead and go into safe.
Safe Corporation, they handle the county's workers' compensation. So we did have some adjustments there. And your contributing factors being the class code for police is on the rise. So I met with, and that's nothing particular to the county. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about statewide. In my meeting with SAFE last week, they let us know that this trend is, they haven't been able to capture it yet. So they're giving us heads up, any of our entities that have the police class code, the trend on that one is going to continue to rise until they can figure out how to capture this. The issue is they're having severe claims from the police departments with PTSD claims. Those claims are $1 million plus claims, and they drag on for. So it's not like a broken arm, you get your arm patched up. We've got that claim captured. We've got an ongoing claim where it could last for 20 years of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't really figure out how to wrap their head around that particular situation.
Right.
So they gave us a heads up. Be on the lookout for that. That's going to continue to rise. So for example, this year for that class code, we're at 2.85. Last year we were at 2.55. So it's on the rise. So that's one of the two main factors in the premium increase of about $9,000 over last year. The other contributing factor, obviously, is our payroll. Our payroll is up 427,000. So, and some of that is associated with that class code too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're seeing the difference. Our experience rating, so our claims, it ticked up 0.01%, which makes a little bit of a change, but not major. So we're doing okay there. So payroll and the police class code. That's
The two reasons.
those are
And the amount you said it went up?
roughly 9,000.
9,000
So
over
83.4 last year to 92.3
Okay.
this year.
All right.
The biggest factor is the payroll itself,
Mhm.
and then what class codes those are associated with. So
Right.
your police, your road, those are higher class codes. Than your
Yes, right.
We're still on the prepay credit, so that is still giving us about $3,400 in savings.
And what's the discount? What is the discount attributed to?
The
premium?
prepay credit, so
Okay.
you're paying the whole thing in a lump sum instead of
Okay.
taking payment terms
Okay.
from SAFE.
Okay,
And for doing that, they're giving you roughly a
That's what I
$3,400
thought.
credit.
okay.
So, but in good
Okay.
shape there, claims wise, we're doing okay. Would we like to see it below the 1, get back to like a 0.90, 0.85, something like that? That's where we really want to be. It's tough because some of these claims, I think we had a pretty bad one a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Mhm.
So they look at 3 to 5 years in your claims history. So as we have a good year,
Yeah.
one drops off, one comes on, one drops off, one comes on. And so it just,
Mm-hmm. Right.
In the next two-ish years, if we have no major.
yeah,
Claims.
that rating factor
Yeah.
will continue to drop. The lower that drops, the bigger that.
Because I think that was 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2022. Okay, so,
So we'd like to see that as a credit. If it drops below a 1, you're going to start seeing a credit versus a surcharge.
mhm, good.
So,
That's
but
what
we're
we
doing
hope
okay.
for.
Yep.
That's what we hope for, yeah. Okay, good. All right, so any other questions? All right, so we need a motion. We need a motion. Is it going to be sufficient to consider CIS to make a motion to approve CIS property and liability insurance proposal for 26-27? You don't need an amount? You
No.
don't need an amount, okay?
No, and then safe as well.
And safe,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
Oh,
Consider CIS property and liability insurance proposal and safe,
So you just want a motion to approve?
yes.
Also move to approve the CIS property and liability insurance proposal and safe proposal for the 26-27 year presented by Wheatland Insurance.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
We'll work from here and.
Yes, it's been great to work with you. Yes, you
Appreciate
do a
that.
great job.
Yep.
So thank you.
Always there if you have any questions, give us a call.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Okay, 7.2, consider approval of fiscal year 27 operational support grant applications. County's so fortunate to have this funding available. And it's really helped our community. We have a great grant committee that we have reconfigured a little bit to be staff-based. And they've done a great job in reviewing the applications. So go ahead.
Yes, I'll just reiterate what Judge Patton had said. This is the first cycle for fiscal year 27. So this will be our operational support, which is in combination with capital investment. So we budgeted 2.6 for that this year. We didn't do a limit like for operational support like we had in the past. So with the way that our things are presented, they would be awarded nearly 850,000, which leaves 1.7 in that balance. As Judge Patton also mentioned, we did reconfigure to be a staff review committee, which we did prior to round 2 of our capital investment grants for this fiscal year. I think we've already talked about it, but that's myself, Carrie Hayter, Anya Mundy, and Kelly Smith. We met on the 19th to review all the applications. In total, I believe we had 18 between special projects and operational support. What you're looking at now is the operational support recommendations. You guys have the item briefing there. Do you have any questions of what?
And also they have all of the applications. as
Yes,
well.
you and you
So,
had the application.
is there any questions regarding any of the applications?
Right.
No questions? Okay,
For the,
operations.
yes.
Do you have any? None? Okay,
Are you good?
Yeah.
Also move to approve the operational support grants for the 26-27 year as presented.
Second.
it has been moved and seconded to approve the operating support grants for 26-27 as presented by the grant review committee, correct? That wasn't the motion, but yes. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, those are approved. 7.3, consider approval of fiscal year 27 special project grant applications.
So just following that same suit, special projects come out of our SIP funds. Excuse me, our economic enhancement funds, vice versa there. We had 11 applications received in total. 1 for the north, 4 split between north, south, and then 6 for the south. We reviewed them on the 19th, the same day, and we had those recommendations that you have in front of you. Is there any questions? You guys should have all those applications too.
Mhm.
The question I have is, we could shrink the paperwork a little bit somehow.
No, but what do you mean? Shrink the paperwork? I think the documentation that they include is necessary.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm good.
So I have questions on the 3, so the Condon Early Learning Center, not fund, and the 2.
Arts
there was
Council.
2 that was partially.
The early learning center was, it appeared to be like a lack of revenue brought in from that fund, being nearly 13,000 expense.
Fundraiser.
Yes, fundraiser. $13,000 in expenses and roughly 2 to 2,500 depending on the year listed on their website as the income from that fundraiser. I think historically there have been other organizations that the same recommendation was made if there wasn't a large amount of revenue received from the fundraisers and it was costing more money than you were getting out of it. I guess what's the take home from that? That was our recommendation for that. The Condon Arts Council, the top one was for they had capital items in it. For special projects, you can do community innovation, community event, capital projects. So we just are recommending the funding of the capital items within that request, which was their kiln and
Mhm.
getting their kiln put into their space. The rest of it was like, expendable supplies, craft supplies. So I just took that out of there. And then the bottom one there, I just missed that their match requirement hadn't been met, so that was,
Oh,
$375 difference
right.
that we just took out so that it met the 25% match requirement.
So does the, show your hair, need to save about that.
Family Hour is a cool event, but they are practiced as generated a lot. Right.
Mhm.
It is a very cool cultural experience. Community service, then I'm for that, we respect them.
Okay. All right. Is there anything further on this?
I'm good.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So I'll move to approve the special grants projects. Oh, let me start over. I'll move to approve the special project grants applications for 2026-27 as presented.
I'll second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the special projects grant application from 26-27. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. So these grant streams, the special projects will, of course, continue. The operational support is linked to the SIP funds. Just something I always like to explain that our large SIP project, Shepherd's Flat, is rolling off. The budget year we're going into will be the last year of that project, and those funds will become full property tax. We do not know what those numbers are going to look like because they will be subject to central assessment through the Department of Revenue. So we're going to be going into a little bit of unknown time with that. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. All right.
You want to hear any more?
Oh, is that it
I
for
think-
you?
I think so.
Okay. 7.4, discuss adoption of revised financial reconciliation policy. We don't have any materials on this yet. Through our discussions with Marina and Company and just some internal controls, we've discussed adding a county commissioner to the reconciliation policy, and we will have a draft policy later, but just wanted to open up the discussion about that. I think on a lot of boards and committees, commissioners, council members, board members are looking at reconciliations and maybe even the actual bank statements. So we'll have some modifications to the current procedure. Not changing the fact that, yes, the treasurer or the county clerk, but also add, we're ultimately responsible for the finances, a commissioner on that. Review. Is there any objection to that?
No.
Okay, all right. So we'll come with a policy at a later court meeting. Maybe next one, maybe the one after that. We'll see what we've got done. There's gonna be a lot of work to be done on the finance transition right now. So we'll see if we get that completed for the next meeting. Okay, next item on the agenda is 7.5, discuss resignation of Gilliam County Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Our Nathan Hammer has resigned from his position. He resigned, the letter of resignation was received on the 26th of May. He noted in his letter that he would be available until June 10th for any treasure-related questions. We have communicated with legal counsel about some of the requests that were in his letter and have worked through those and will be following legal counsel's recommendation on those. And there's been quite a bit of work done, a lot of work done to make sure the transition is smooth. And I think over the last, has it even been a week? I think it was a week ago. A lot has been done to prepare for this meeting so that the transition's smooth, so everything flows to the next person that the duties are handed to. Do you have any questions about any of that?
So is there any, I mean, can we move to accept his resignation now, or is there still, we're still waiting for?
Yeah, it's going to, it's accepted.
Technically.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's all.
Yeah, yes, we've accepted his resignation
Okay.
administratively. And just wanted to make sure we're all aware, it's in the public's interest to know what's going on, make sure there's full disclosure of what's happening. And, we wish, Nathan Hammer well.
Okay.
7.6, consider appointment of individual to fill remainder of term of Gilliam County Treasurer. I want to clarify that would be effective June 11th because the treasurer has stated that his resignation is effective June 10th. So when and if we have a motion today, we just need to make sure that we add that it's effective June 11th. Okay, so let's get to that portion of the information. Okay.
Well, that's next Wednesday. Do we have plans to have somebody in that office before that, just in case?
Yeah.
He's not available.
Yes.
So the 11th is Thursday.
Yeah, it's just,
The
yes, there will be coverage,
Okay.
there, so. So what we have is a letter from Kelly Smith. Would you like to come up? And just to clarify as well, our county clerk had researched this process, and in the case of a vacancy in a treasurer's office, what is allowable under the law, and we have found, and through the Secretary of State's office, that this is a legally sound process. I think time is of the essence here. We need to get the person in place, ready to go. I think we have past practice of another election that took place. We had when Commissioner Wilkins came on the county court prior to the term beginning, he had already won the primary, and that's just my thoughts. Any other thoughts are welcome. All right.
Thanks for.
So I'll just do a quick little summary here. I obviously am interested in serving as Gilliam County Treasurer. I have the experience in the office as Deputy Treasurer for a handful of years. I have been performing the Deputy Tax Collector duties the whole time I've been working for the county. I was the leading candidate in the primary election. I didn't win outright, but I was the leading candidate. So that shows that I have public trust in being competent to perform the position. My requests in the interim, because this has been kind of an abrupt change rather than the planned, possible transition in January, would be that I'll still need to assist in the assessor's office. I can't just, abandon those duties there, especially as we're getting into tax season and finalizing appraisals. And we're working on some pretty important studies that are required by the state to be completed this time of year. So I'd like to continue assisting in the assessor's office as much as I can while still performing the duties of the treasurer's office. So I would request and some additional pay during that transition time. My suggestion was step E, but I'm very open to discussion on that front. And I would like to be wherever we decide to place me, I'd like that to, the additional compensation to run through 60 days after an appraiser is hired and in place, or something permanent is worked out in the assessor's office. And
During the training
then,
period.
yes, yeah, a training period, and just to make sure that operations can continue there, albeit probably scaled back quite a bit, but can continue.
And most likely be an appraiser training.
Mm, yeah. And then I would also request to be appointed tax collector, so we can keep continuity of service there with the tax collection side of things. And the current tax collector finds that acceptable. So I would like to continue on with the tax collection just as a function of the treasurer's office. And that's,
Also with the training, it's difficult to continue the tax collection. She came in with all of that knowledge and then with our flights.
And then you throw
Yes.
that on top of it.
Right.
yeah. And I enjoy the tax collection. I'm told I'm weird for that. but I enjoy it, so, and I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot of knowledge on how the process works over the years. It would be, difficult for someone to step in fresh. It always is, so.
Yeah.
You'll be able to answer questions that normally they say, oh, you have to talk to the assessor's office about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, thank you for your willingness. I think it's, we have a lot of things at play. We have a person who isn't here anymore,
Mhm.
that we won't be able to ask any questions of. We have a new accounting system. We have the audit situation.
Mhm.
We have the assessment still going on in the assess. So there's a lot of things at play. Those are, challenges. The good thing is I think we already have a working relationship and already knowing,
Mhm.
there's not gonna be a large learning curve. You're gonna have to learn a new system.
There will be a learning
Yes.
curve, but it won't be a
Large
large.
learning
Yeah.
curve, yes.
Yeah.
And I think the relationship that's built between the finance office and the treasury is going to be very important. That is gonna work well, between the two sides. And as far as the placement, I'll just say what I think. This is my concern with step E, is precedent for other, and we're gonna have one coming.
Mhm.
The new sheriff's coming. I don't want to set a precedent where we're going to the top and then we have to do it every time. So my compromise would be C.
Okay.
Because some of the things that we're doing are gonna drop off
Mhm.
at this point in time.
Yes.
So that's my thought. I don't know what anybody else's thought is.
I don't have the steps in front of me.
Oh, the salary schedule.
Yeah.
We can get those for you.
There's 5 steps, step A through step E.
Oh, sorry.
You want a salary range?
I was just curious what the difference is between.
It's 5 steps, so at the end of their first year, they receive a step because it's an accelerated step compared to the other employees. So it would be. I guess my question would be, is step C just through the training process back to step A, or step C from the beginning through? Like, 2 years credit, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There, you can look at this. Nice. No, that's backwards.
So you're asking for E,
Which
Temporarily
okay.
through
Okay.
the 60-day
So
I apologize.
period. Yeah, I
compromise
did.
to D.
Change. Yeah, I just had to throw out an idea.
So I
somewhere,
apologize. Let me go back.
had a
I
lot
have to
of-
backtrack on what
That's
I said. Because I thought you were asking for E and just stay at E.
That was a discussion at one point.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we did talk about
Okay,
that at.
I thought it ended up
I-
not being
I had-
changed, but
I had
it's
changed
okay.
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Temporarily. Yeah.
The,
What's your proposal then?
my proposal was, temporary placement at E, until 60 days after an appraiser is hired, and then revert back to whatever step the
Mhm.
court deems is appropriate for me to start at based on my
Okay.
current experience.
All right,
Which, you know, A, B, C, wherever that falls, that's the
Okay.
court's decision.
so temporarily at E and then go back to somewhere in the range. Okay.
So we're just dealing with
Mm-hmm.
currently and not the start of the.
You
Yeah.
also need to make that decision, it sounds like.
Yeah, I would say make both decisions,
Okay.
starting, the temporary rate and what permanent rate it will
Mhm.
revert to, so that it doesn't get overlooked in the future. I
Yeah.
know that's,
Right.
you know, always a concern. I don't
Okay.
want it to get overlooked when the 60-day period ends after a new appraiser's in place.
Okay.
So,
Brooklyn?
Okay.
Oh, I thought.
I would just recommend step A. I think the precedent there is what you guys can be, not for Kelly's experience, it's the position, not the person there. It's
yes,
very hard with the elected officials that there are no job duty requirements. For you guys to be able to compare what someone's work experience is off of. I think, as in the past. I just want you guys to just think about that, about what we're coming in the future to.
Precedent setting.
Yes, precedent setting and how that has been done in the past and the acceleration of the 5 steps for the elected officials already. I just want that to be part of your consideration.
Yeah.
and I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
The only thing I would say is, you worked there, what, 4 or 5 years already in the
Yeah.
treasurer's office, so it's not like you're somebody that's gonna come in and start at ground zero, so I think we should keep
It's a
that in mind
sticky
too.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what you say, Brooklyn, too, but this is a very unusual circumstance. There's like all the things that happen. So my compromise would be temporarily. Well, I'm gonna hear from some of the rest of you first. On the E, just in case anybody else wants to talk.
I guess I'm okay with E on the temporary and then the permanent. I don't, like I said, I can have it in front of me, but you do have some years.
The
Yeah.
range difference between those.
Okay, so step A is 93,691. Step B, 96,502. Step C, 100,362. D is 104,376. And E is 109,595. So it goes up about 3.5% every year, I think, and that. And then,
No, the cost of living increase historically is 3.9%. It goes up, like, the top year is a 5% between the step before that, so it's like a 1% increase of the base, 2% increase of the base. 3, 5.
Yeah,
it's based on years.
got
first
changed.
year,
Yeah,
second year.
it's a larger
It's-
percentage each
yeah.
year.
So I would propose doing the temporary to step E until, did you propose 60 days after?
60
A
days
new
after
appraiser's
an
hired.
appraiser.
And then go to B.
And the 60 days I decided because I've had this premium pay before when I was assisting with the IT
Yes,
duties
yes.
in between employees,
Uh-huh.
and I had negotiated a 30-day period there, and that was not enough.
No.
I mean, that's where it ended.
Yeah.
I was paid the premium through the 30 days, but there was still
Mhm.
quite a bit of assistance provided after that 30 days was up. So
Right.
that's why I chose 60 days
Mhm.
for the initial proposal.
What the rate would be if it was an hourly rate based on the appraiser's salary of the hours we think the showing can help us is basically the same amount of money, just more straightforward to go to that step.
Yeah. Rather than I had thought about, tracking hours and charging hourly for the time I'm helping in the assessor's office, or a flat monthly rate, or just an increase in step. And the flat monthly rate and the increase to step E were about the same
Okay.
dollar amount. So
Mhm.
I thought it was probably cleaner to go with the
Mhm.
step, but again,
Yeah.
I'm always willing to
That's okay.
negotiate.
Yeah.
I know we're in a
Nightmare
spot.
to go back and forth, trying to track.
Yes,
time
yeah,
too.
it would. That was kind of at the bottom of my
Right.
preferred options.
He doesn't realize I'm in
All right.
court.
One of the, yeah, we're gonna need you to actually do the work, not tracking your time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, any other thoughts?
No. Good with that.
I'm good with
Yeah.
that too.
Okay.
I just
so-
don't wanna make the motion.
Okay, so we have several I think we should separate these in a couple of motions. So first of all, we need to make a motion to appoint for the Gilliam County Treasurer position, that it would be effective June 11th. And so that would be, let's just take one motion at a time. That's in the briefing.
I move to appoint Kelly Smith as Gilliam County Treasurer effective June 11th, 2026, with the term ending December 31st, 2026.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Kelly Smith as Gilliam County Treasurer effective June 11th. Is there any further discussion regarding that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye, motion carries.
Thank
Okay. You're
thank
in.
you.
Okay, now,
Congratulations.
now for the compensation. Okay, so let's just talk about the motion. The motion could be approval of compensation at step E of the elected officials' salary schedule until 60 days after an appraiser is hired by the Gilliam County assessor. Does that cover it?
Effective June 11th.
Effective.
Effective June 11th.
Good catch.
Also move.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, you got that?
Please.
Okay. Approve salary of the treasurer effective June 11th at step E of the elected official salary schedule until 60 days after a new appraiser is hired by the Gilliam County assessor.
Thank you.
Okay. It has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Third motion. It could be a motion that states compensation for the treasurer position shall be at step B of the Gilliam County elected officials salary schedule following the hiring of an assessor, an appraiser at the Gilliam County Assessor's Office. Is that necessary?
60 days following.
60 days following. We're just talking about the motion
Do
first.
you have a suggestion about motion language for the permanent
Mhm.
rate of the
I
payroll?
would say effective 60 days after the
Okay,
appraiser is hired,
Mhm.
the treasurer's salary will drop to
step P.
Okay,
level the.
Okay.
So moved. Sorry.
would you read the motion? Just if you got it, unless we need to make sure we have.
Effective 60 days following the hiring of an appraiser by the assessor's office, the treasurer's salary will revert to step B of the elected official's salary schedule.
Great, that sounds good. That's okay.
I'd like that motion. I'll say I.
Okay, all right. So was there a motion? Okay,
I'll make
so
a
moved.
motion for that.
Okay,
Second.
it's been moved and seconded. Not going to restate. We have it in writing. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye, motion carries. I just think it's really important that things are laid out and clearly in our minutes, because then you go back and look at what really happened, because somewhere down the line, we're gonna hire another this particular situation or something similar could happen again, you want to look back on what we did and have it be clear.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So the last thing would be, I think it might be the next agenda item,
Yep, it's the
Okay.
next agenda
Okay.
item. Yep,
The bank.
7 points. Yeah.
or,
Okay, 7.7, consider transfer of tax collection functions to Gilliam County Treasurer.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
well, I kind of summarized it a little bit in my last, summary
Uh-huh.
there. But, yeah, I've been doing tax collection, duties, most of the day-to-day duties, as the deputy tax collector for almost 9 years now. And, I think it's just a natural fit to keep tax collection, in my realm. So I would request that I be appointed tax collector, and I think that'll help, bring the treasurer's role to a more engaged position.
Great. Good. And our assessor supports this? Okay, all right.
Sure, it's pretty good. Well,
He can't wait. And that one, I think if you guys choose, could be effective immediately, or we could wait, so it's all
Oh,
effective the same date.
that would be,
That's-
okay,
Yeah, either way there on that one.
Well, you don't want to transfer to the treasurer at all.
oh, that's true.
Oh,
We
right,
better
it would be
follow
appointing a
suit.
person, okay,
Follow
yeah.
suit, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right, effective June 10th, 11th, sorry, 11th.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, there's a motion in your agenda briefing under 7.7. Do you have any, is there any further
To
dis-
add June 11th motion.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll move to transfer all tax collection functions from the county assessor's office to the county treasurer's office effective June 11th, 2026.
I will second the motion.
okay, it has been moved and seconded to transfer all tax collection functions from the Gilliam County Assessor's Office, Gilliam County Treasurer's Office, effective June 11th. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Alright,
Okay,
thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
So-
I did have a question while you're sitting here.
Mhm.
It was regarding, the SIP or the LGITs and the investment accounts.
Mhm.
Is there a process that we need to go through as a court to?
I don't think they need motion language, it's just a form.
We have the forms
Yeah.
of Ellen is an authorized individual office counsel, right? So she can just fill out the information and she'll just sign it as the authorized individual.
Okay,
Okay,
and then assign Kelly to those accounts too.
That's the, yep, the
Yep.
little authorization forms I already received. Have that, so it's there.
Okay, okay, that's the only question I had.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Okay. 7.8, consider reassignment of bank administration authority. In your packet, there's a briefing and it is under 7.8. The summary states that, for obvious reasons with the vacancy of Nathan Hammer due to his resignation, part of the transition, we need formal reassignment of bank administration authority. And it has to be documented in county court's minutes. We know this about the Bank of Eastern Oregon's process that we have to go through. So we're gonna have to have all of this read, whoever's gonna make the motion. Because there are many accounts that are covered. So that we get it right, so that we don't have to go back and redo this.
We might have to share.
Mhm.
I said lock in.
Yes.
Got it.
It's like school. I'll
Yes.
read a paragraph and then, okay, I move to reassign bank account chart changes as follows. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 3848, the current check signers and cash management administrators are the county clerk, Ellen Wagner, and treasurer Nathan Hammer. Hammer shall be removed and the appointed interim county treasurer, Kelly Smith, should be added and named both a check signer and cash management administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, check signers and cash management administrators for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 3848 shall be the county clerk Ellen Wagner and appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith. There is no visa administrator for 3848.
Go ahead.
Are we gonna share?
You want to?
What-
Yeah, let's share. I don't wanna read the whole thing.
All right.
Okay, but we're gonna have to say that you made the whole entire motion in the minutes.
Okay, I'll just keep reading.
You're doing good.
For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 4960, the current signers and cash management administrators are County Clerk Ellen Wagner, Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Hammer shall be removed and the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added and named both as a check signer and cash management administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, both signers and cash management administrators for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 4960 should be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith and county clerk Ellen Wagner. There is no visa administrator for 4960. For bank account ending in 0165, the current signers are Commissioner Leah Watkins, Commissioner Grant Wilkins, County Clerk Ellen Wagner, and Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Cash Management Administrator is the County Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Hammer shall be removed. An appointed interim County Treasurer Kelly Smith should be added as a check signer and named Cash Management Administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, signers for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 0165 should be Commissioner Leah Watkins, Commissioner Grant Wilkins, County Clerk Ellen Wagner, and appointed interim County Treasurer Kelly Smith. And the Cash Management Administrator shall be appointed to interim County Treasurer Kelly Smith. The Visa Administrator for 0165 remains Finance Director Brooke Griffith. For bank account ending in 0268, the current signers are Commissioner Leah Watkins, Commissioner Grant Wilkins, County Clerk Ellen Wagner, and Treasurer Nathan Hammer. The Cash Management Administrator is County Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Hammer shall be removed as a check signer and cash administrator. The appointed interim treasurer Kelly Smith should be added as a check signer and named Cash Management Administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, signers for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 0268 should be Commissioner Leah Watkins, Commissioner Grant Wilkins, County Clerk Ellen Wagner, and appointed interim County Treasurer Kelly Smith. And the Cash Management Administrator shall be the appointed interim treasurer Kelly Smith. There is no visa administrator for 0268. Oh my God, how much longer? Okay. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 4661, the current check signer and cash management administrator is Treasurer Nathan Hammer. Hammer shall be removed and the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added and named both a check signer and cash management administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, check signer and cash management administrator for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 4661 shall be the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith. There is no visa administrator for 4661. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 3036, the current signers are Treasurer Nathan Hammer, Fair Board Member Chris Fitzsimmons, Fair Board Member Marta Michaelo. Hammer shall be removed as a check signer. The appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added as a check signer. When all changes are complete, signers for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 3036 should be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith, Fair Board Member Chris Fitzsimmons, and Fair Board Member Marta Michaelo. There is no visa administrator for 3036. For Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 8952, the current check signers are Treasurer Nathan Hammer, Fair Board Member Gary Betancourt, Fair Board Member Chris Fitzsimmons, Hammer shall be removed and appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith. Okay. Hold it on that. Is that the checking account? Because all the fair board members are on it.
Savings.
The savings, but the other, so the other one was
Hold on.
checking, because all of us are on the checking.
If, okay, do you know all the members?
Yes. So is that the 3036? The checking account?
We could take a break and be sure we want to contact.
I kind of think it's the 8952. Yeah, Sammy.
Needed a break for a minute, anyway.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I think I need a drink of water. I don't know. I haven't made it to the next one.
She's almost halfway. I think you're about something.
Want to read it for me, Doug?
No, thanks. It feels great.
Oh, yeah.
Um. 36. It's fair board saving.
Okay, that one only has the 3.
8952 is the sheriff's office. So it must not be on the DDO checking. Or the fair checking.
Okay, so it's saying on it, 8952, it's saying treasurer
That's my fault.
Nathan,
It should say.
sheriff. Okay,
Sheriff Gary Betancourt, office manager Chris.
did you catch that?
We need,
That was 8952.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I'm only human.
Yeah, there's a lot of account. So the fair board of checking isn't on here, but I don't think he was on it. Okay. Okay, so I'll start over on this one. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 8952, the current check signers as treasurer Nathan Hammer, sheriff Gary Betancourt, and office manager Chris Fitzsimmons. Hammer shall be removed and appointed interim county treasurer. Kelly Smith should be added and named as a check signer. When all changes are complete, the check signers and cash management administrators for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 8952 shall be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith, sheriff Gary Betancourt, and office manager Chris Fitzsimmons. There is no visa administrator for 8952. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 1526, the current check signers are treasurer Nathan Hammer, justice of the peace Carrie Hayter, and justice court administrator Kayla Roush. Hammer shall be removed and the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added and named a check signer. When all changes are complete, check signers for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 1526 should be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith, justice of the peace Carrie Hayter, and justice administrator Kayla Roush. I guess that's how you say it. Is that right?
yes.
There is no visa administrator for 1526. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 5060, the current check signers and cash management administrators are Nathan Hammer and county clerk Ellen Wagner. Hammer should be removed and the interim And the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added and named both a check signer and cash management administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, check signers and cash management administrators for Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 5060 shall be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith and county clerk Ellen Wagner. There is no visa administrator for 5060. For the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending 5052, the current check signers and cash management administrators are treasurer Nathan Hammer, county clerk Ellen Wagner. Hamner shall be removed and the appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith should be added and named both a check signer and cash management administrator with existing roles. When all changes are complete, check signers and cash management administrators for the Bank of Eastern Oregon account ending in 5052 shall be appointed interim county treasurer Kelly Smith and county clerk Ellen Wagner. There is no visa administrator for 5052.
I will second the motion.
Testing my readings.
It has been moved and seconded to reassign bank administration authority. Is there any further discussion?
Do we need to say with changes?
No, because you read them.
You read them before you said it. Okay,
Perfect.
so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, got through that.
Yeah, I won't fall for that.
Okay.
It's actually good that you did it, because you moved that in account.
Yes, that's true.
Neither of the reason I would be reading.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Okay, so we're going to go with item 7.10. Consider approval of intergovernmental agreement between ODOT, Wheeler County, Morrow County, and Gilliam County Weed Department for weed spraying services. And we put you at the end, sorry, it wasn't the last add-on, so that's why. Okay, do you want to come up and?
Should have been done in April 24th, if they'd had the right email address for me. He said it, I'm talking about, excuse me, the guy from ODOT.
Oh, yeah.
He sent me an email the other day saying that it's been here, what happened to it? And then I said, well, I can come over and talk to you guys, and it's like, nobody's seen anything. So I said, where'd you send it? He goes, they sent it to the wrong place, so. It's too late for Sterling. We can do it this fall, but the only thing we can do now is kill what's growing out there. It's like summer annual stuff. The problem with residual, you need rain to take it in the ground, and if it just sits on top of the ground with no rain, it degrades it, breaks it down. So
Is this agreement guaranteed, or is it as a guaranteed amount of money for Gilliam County?
well, we can't
Or is it
exceed
Okay.
50,000,
Okay,
which
so it's.
we haven't
based
been
on
anywhere
what you do.
close to that since we don't do the freeway anymore,
Mhm.
which,
Okay.
and they left the freeway in there, but I didn't want to take it out because in case, if they want us to do it, we can.
Mhm.
And if they don't, then we won't do it, so,
Okay,
but
okay.
if something happened and they weren't able to do it, then they could call us and say, could you go down to the freeway, and we could do it.
So 84 was on, because I don't see 84.
Maybe.
We're just looking on there.
You don't think it is?
Yeah.
Highway.
Yeah.
Shannico Fossil Highway.
Yep.
Maybe,
Yeah, I saw a thing where 128 miles, that's of course one side, of course, but.
Well, exhibit A.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, if it's not on there, it's not. Jolie had said it was on there, and she asked me what I thought, and I said, just leave it there, because it was on there with the last 2 years of that contract, which we didn't do, so.
So do you recall if the last one was 3 years too, Doug, contract?
Yes,
Okay. And it's 50,000 per year, but I didn't know, like, this year coming up, I see, not to exceed. 100,
150 on the
not to
3 years.
exceed.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's 50 a year,
yeah,
not to exceed 50 a year
Yeah.
for each county,
no, for
For all
the
of them?
contract, yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the whole contract,
okay.
yeah. So are we gonna be able to? We're gonna still have time this month to try to get some of it?
We're gonna have to, I mean, it's a mess down in Arlington, but a lot of it's cheating. It's like the only thing we can do is kill it. We're not gonna be able to make it look pretty.
The state obligations say state agrees to pay Gilliam County a maximum amount of 50,000 annually, 150 for the life disagreement. So
Yeah,
it seems like
that's-
it's 150 for everybody. It seems like it's
Mm.
150 for Gilliam.
The whole thing, yeah,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I thought too. Mhm.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
I think they
Every county is.
You probably have to include all those other counties because they run through the counties. The road, they have to probably sign on it.
Yeah,
And it doesn't seem like very much 50 a year for all those counties, so, I mean, for what you're at.
we're only go as far as to Fossil and to Clarno. So that's 43 miles, I think, from Fossil to Clarno and back, and then from the Putnam Place to Condon. And then Morrow is like, unless we do 84, we don't even go in there.
Okay,
Yeah, I was just looking to have the John Day Highway in Wasco County, Governor Highway, but anyway, it's exhibit A, but
yeah,
Um,
it's
I
exhibit.
guess my concern was just that we're gonna be able to get some built this month
Mm-hmm,
because we don't have any of that contract in for revenue.
right,
Um,
whatever we can do, right? That
yeah,
is effective.
Agreement ended it in the, or 2025, right?
Yeah,
Under 2025.
yeah,
so we got this year.
This agreement takes effect. Is that your signature or when did the?
I'm looking at the
It's
effective
not a
date.
signature.
on-
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I thought.
good,
So it runs along the tax year and not our fiscal year. Okay. So you have to December.
yeah.
So there won't.
Well, and we could do a lot of bare ground treatment this fall on it. So,
yeah, it does say the term of the agreement is upon signature, so,
And then it looks like, I don't know the other contract, but the way you submit whatever to them, a work order or something, it's
we do,
probably the same, nothing that's changed.
no,
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
we sent him a bill on, and the other thing is that we did get the raise in rate on our truck. So instead of $100 a mile, or an hour, we're getting 120. And then our loaded rate went up too. So. And then whatever we use in chemical, we just bill them for it.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was looking at it and I was it was about $390 per mile.
mm-hmm,
If you break it just down with all
Wow.
that they showed, but
uh-huh,
that sounded pretty high, but you got both sides too, so.
right,
But I don't know, I know chemicals are way up and stuff, but.
Yeah, well, we try and use what we can get by with, that'll do the best job. There's a gallon of it is $1,200 a gallon. It doesn't go very far, so.
Gosh,
As you can load up, $5,000 worth of stuff in that truck and not have much in there, so.
jeez.
okay, do we have any more?
Questions, do you have any concerns on that contract?
No.
Okay.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'm not reading it.
This has to be read. I got my glasses on, so. Also move to approve the intergovernmental agreement between the Oregon Department of Transportation, Wheeler County, Morrow County, and Gilliam County Weed Department for weed spraying services as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the intergovernmental agreement between ODOT and Wheeler, Morrow, and Gilliam counties for weed spraying services. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. 7.9, we did a little positive activity in the schools this last month. And I believe something similar is done in Sherman County, so I thought we could try something like this here in Gilliam County. And what it is, it's, I contacted both superintendents at Arlington School and Condon schools and asked if they would participate in a simple poster contest with a brief story about why they love Gilliam County. And we started with first grade and went through fifth grade, and it was, you're not gonna believe what they wrote. They wrote some really heartwarming statements and pictures, and they worked very hard at it. But we need to decide how we're going to select the winner. But you need to look at these first. When you read them, especially the first and second grade is really heartwarming. The effort that the class put in, all of them, of course, but that one, they do really stand out. And they wrote about and showcased the heart of the community in what they wrote, and it's amazing. So let's just start looking at them. These were, so let's see, Arlington's are here. Theirs isn't as many as Arlington's. And then this is third grade, fourth and fifth. And that one there is first and second in Condon. So, I want to make sure everybody gets to see these no matter what, because they're great.
It's cute.
Look at this one.
You know, hey,
Just to pick a couple of them out. This is Jenny Routson. Why I love Condon, Oregon. There is a pretty place in Oregon called Gilliam County. Condon is great to live in. I love Condon's community. I love the 4th of July. I love Christmas. I love Halloween. I love Easter. I love the grocery store. I love the nice people. I love the Elks Club. I love Vicky's. I love the track. I love the sunsets. I love Condon very, very, very much. I could keep talking about it forever and ever and ever. I love Main Street because there's a lot of kind people and there's a library.
this one's got a little golf course.
Oh, golf course.
Yeah, 20 bucks. That was worth 20 bucks.
And this one was by Bo. Gilliam County in Oregon has 3 cities and I love Condon a lot. I really like it. I really like the hotel. It gives me donuts. I love school. I get to play Foursquare with my friends. I'll also like the antique store where I found a tablet worth 20 bucks. It was my lucky day. I really like the tire shop because I can have hot chocolate there. My friend owns a tire shop. I love Condon. I want to live there forever.
So I'm guessing these are probably little guys right here.
Yeah, the Arlington ones, yeah. Mm-hmm. And this one is Rebel Right,
What is it? Alligator gar?
alligator gar, yeah. Oh, no. There is a county in Oregon with only 3 cities, Condon, Oregon. The celebrations are the best. The 4th of July and Christmas parade. Main Street holds the most coolest stuff in the world, in my opinion. Out of town is the coolest. The hills are cool. The restaurants are the best, like the Elks and the Drive-In. Condon is a special place, and he has a picture of the tire shop. And Arlington's are all about the river and all about fishing.
Yeah, they are. That's solid.
Well, I think they're all good, and I think we should display them all. This year,
That'd be
theirs
cool.
was just too good to pick anybody, I think.
Yeah,
And then if we also put them on our website, people can see them.
they're all,
They're all so good.
yeah.
And I think we need to remember why we're doing these jobs. We're trying to make our communities better. And these kids are telling us why our community is a great place to serve. So I think that's really great.
I don't like the fog. The fog is big. I'm cold on foggy mornings.
That one that's looking gone in.
Is that yours, Chad?
I liked your granddaughters. I don't know if you've got to it.
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
right on
Let me
top.
give you
I was
some
like, I
exam-
have to remove myself from that. She asked me the other day when the common swimming pool was opening.
Mm-hmm.
I said, after school's out, when's that?
There's a couple more that are worth reading too, because, Kyla. Why I love Condon, Oregon. There's a special place in Oregon called Gilliam County. Condon is where I live. Condon celebrations are fun. The 4th of July, Christmas, Easter, and Halloween are my favorite. There are also things that annoy me. Deer and deer who are things that annoy me. I have a lot of friends and my friends are nice. There are kind people in Condon. One is my dad. He has a plumbing business. He can fix people's stuff. These are the reasons I love Condon. Cute. This is a good
I
one.
think this one's gonna be a politician. Very short and sweet.
Yeah.
There's a place in Oregon called Condon. Condon is our home. Condon may be small, but it's fun.
I like this one too. There's this small county in Oregon called Gilliam County. There are a lot of great places in Condon, especially on Main Street. One of them is called Sugar's Cafe. The food is yummy. The cook is my dad and the baker is my mom. There are a lot of nice people in Condon. Some of the people in Condon I go to school with. I like to go to the park. There are 2 of them. I like the biggest one better because it's near my house. It is a sidewalk and a road away. Main Street and Condon are the best. I'm happy that I live in Condon, and she has a picture of Sugars and it says open 6 days a week, but closed on Tuesday, but they're open every other day. Huh?
Marketing.
Yes. No, I think it should make the businesses feel great too, because almost every Main Street business is mentioned.
They would like the deer, but they don't.
At least some.
And there's some
Yeah,
incredible
yeah,
artwork
those-
too.
Those 2, I've looked at them.
Okay.
A couple of
Yeah. Arlington ones.
Where's the one with the aerial view of the.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite.
School?
Yeah. That was,
It's in his file.
oh, oh, yeah. There's some artwork that's pretty good, really good. We'll make sure we
Now,
see
this
that.
one's really colorful, and one of them I looked at was all black.
Here's one from Arlington. I love Gilliam County because of the fishing derby, because I catch fish and I really, really want to catch an alligator gar. I hope I get good luck. Thank you. P.S. I like everything. Thank you. PPS. I like to draw fish. Thank you. I like everyone who is in Gilliam County. It's a good one.
In this one,
It's black and white. Alligator gar is a type of elephant, right?
Oh, it's a type.
oh, here,
Why don't you start to really look and see the pool or the car?
That's a really
It's a
good,
walleye, cause they got bad teeth.
like if you're at the top of the park and looking down
Yeah.
by the
yeah.
high school.
Wow, everybody wants to see it.
Yes, it's.
it even has a kid,
Right.
thing. Yeah, I like that, I'll keep it in the front.
This is a really good, I liked it. It really summarizes Arlington. I like to go fishing. Gilliam County is the best. It's all about
Yeah, you
going.
can take-
It's all about going to the river and swimming and fishing, and that's so true about Arlington. Really good.
Saw these. These are the common ones.
Did you look at Arlington?
No, I haven't saw Arlington's. Here's some common ones.
Oh, this is cute. This is about the chicken strips at the drive-in. There's a special place in Oregon called Gilliam County and a special city called Condon. Out of town, there are windmills and rolling hills and my house down at Rockford. This is by James. Main Street has the best drive-in. The drive-in has the best chicken strips in Condon. Yeah. There are 2 parks. I go to one every day. I love Condon for the reasons I told you about. I hope you visit.
You can tell that's a Macintosh.
Yes. Mhm.
I like going to the river and pool. I love fishing too, and drying off with the towel.
Okay. That's good.
The bank and the pool.
Mhm.
It's a good one.
Good.
I think they're all good.
Everybody's seen it? Okay.
I think so.
So do you think, tell me what you think about what you want to do, because everybody wins this year because they were all so good and everything gets displayed
I like that idea.
in the courthouse.
Give them all a gift
Ice cream.
certificate for an ice cream.
Yeah.
cone or-
Could we do an ice cream certificate? We'll be good with that? Okay, good. That's what we're gonna
Do
do.
they have ice cream down there in Arlington?
Well,
And they can,
we
the gas
could.
station and the Shell
Mhm.
have the, God, what's that brand?
Mhm.
Anyway, they can,
I thought the grocery store had hard
They
ice.
do, I think they do have hard ice cream. at the
oh, they
grocery
do too
store.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, scoops. Yeah,
Okay,
they do.
yeah, we
That's
can
right.
work on that one. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds good.
To all the kids that participate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then thank you to all the teachers and the school districts for doing this. It was positive. Thank you very much. And thank you to the kids for participating. So it'll be ice cream certificate and display all of the drawings in the courthouse. Okay, and on our website. Can we put them on?
I think so.
Possibly? Okay, we'll see what we can do. All right, thank you.
That's good.
I don't, be nice. Wonder if we can display them up the fair.
Well, yeah, can we do that?
We can figure out a place.
That would be great.
Display them all.
Yes, good.
Yeah, we have a meeting on the line.
We can let them know that maybe we can keep them till then and then return them.
They can maybe
It'd be good. Everybody
put
see
them
them.
in the corner where we used to put the fair marshal
Mhm.
that we never had.
Good. Okay.
That way everybody can see them.
Hey, our next meeting is June 17th in Arlington, and commissioner comments.
Let me go.
Go ahead.
I'll go. So on the 21st, Norcor, we did not adopt the budget then because our ending balance was around 67,000. We met again on the 28th. We did approve the budget at Norcor for $11,767,983. Excuse me, $11,767,983. And we have about 232 unappropriated balance. Still going the wrong direction. At that meeting, the other 3 county commissioners and myself, we need to get together within this next 6 months of this next year. And we got to come up with something because we're headed way down the wrong road still. I don't know what that answer is going to be, but we're going to have to, revenues are going to have to increase somehow. Let's see here. 26th, I met with Rob Turry, Pioneer Development Corps, Lynn Ball also. Lynn came across this TLC modular. They're in Goldendale, Washington. They built modular homes since the early 2000s. Anyway, gave some information to Rob. He's looking at it. He seemed pretty excited about it. For possible housing solutions at both ends, Arlington and Condon. Anyway, that was a pretty good meeting, and I'm gonna try to get over and look at that. I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but have they ever built any up here?
I thought that, well, it could have been some other outfit in Goldendale, but there was somebody that put, in Columbia View Estates, some type of modular home, and
Oh, it's TLC.
I thought it came
Yeah,
out of
I
Goldendale.
think there's at least 3 there.
Oh.
And they had to build a garage, I think, or something on it, but yeah, like a duplex of early was like 327,000. And they can build this in 30 to 35
Oh, wow.
days.
Okay,
So anyway,
good.
just kind of still trying to kind of get something going there. I'm still waiting to Anthony, the Sheriff's Department. He was getting back to the camera, some cost. I haven't got from ODOT. I'll check with them again about some signs. Career meeting on the 12th, and then I just got the update on the Cedar Springs Road. I'm not going to read it. I sent it to Anya. Hopefully, maybe you did. Did you get it?
I did.
Emailed this
I
morning.
think so.
Anyway, I'm gonna
Okay,
have Andy or just keep everybody in the loop, get you on the email so you get this too. But I've been kind of pushing him for an update at the end of the month. He is progressing. Like I said, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. He knows the roadway design is the big thing we're needing to get that to council to get the property acquired, but sounds like they are making progress on the floodplain analysis, the wetland mitigation, and the cultural resources. So he's getting they are progressing. He's gonna try to meet with us mid-month. I'll reach back out to see if Andy could possibly maybe attend our Arlington meeting. And we'll go from there. But I told him, I said, we need to get that physical description and everything taken care of. Road department, man, good job, guys. That Blaylock Canyon, everything. I believe Dewey and Clint were down there Thursday night, the night of the storm. I don't know how much water went down Blaylock over the road, but I know I saw a picture of Cecil Ranches. At Cecil, they had like at least 2 or 3 feet of water in Krebs's there. Anyway, they were all over it. Worked on it Friday late, got it passable for emergency services. They had the road closed signs up at the north end by the freeway and at the south end going down into Blaylock. He still had people drive around the road closure signs. Like I say, he had it passable for emergency services, but Dewey's concern was there's a lot of washout on some of the shoulder where the asphalt's at.
did it undercut the road?
Some of it looks like it was. I don't think it quite got to the asphalt, but it was pretty dang close. They're still working on it this week, and I don't think they'll be done till next week. But man, they did a great job. But I might visit with Sherman Betcourt about vehicles that are going around. You know, I mean, they're there for a reason. And but anyway, I might visit with him. It's kind of frustrating because then they have to stop. And it's in the middle there. I had to admit I did, but I was looking for Dewey but yeah, we had sounds like numerous vehicles.
So they had road closed sign?
Road closed sign, and they drove around it, numerous vehicles. So but that's concerning because, you know, they do something or damage the road more, or, you know, I don't know the world we live in. I don't know how anybody could come after us when they go around a sign that's right in the middle of the road. And it's a big sign. It's about 6 feet by 4. So anyway, but that's all. Hats off. They did a great job getting it established.
Good.
And we're fortunate to have those folks.
Good.
Thanks for your report.
So I talked with Damien Wilson this morning, and I told these guys earlier, but Daleen is gonna have to go through another review on the way. So it's apparently an annual review, so she's gotta do that again, but we'll have her come to the court in September and give a kind of a quarterly report, so.
Mhm. Okay, good.
And sounds like everything at the transportation thus far is going great guns, but I think he's concerned about the price of fuel,
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah.
I'm gonna go meet with Todd this afternoon. I haven't had a chance to see everything there, so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, they've been busy, so. And that's all I got.
Good, okay. The Court Street house, was sold. Court Street, correct? I think it's Court Street.
So,
Oh, yeah, okay.
yes.
My addresses are rolling through my head. So that house was sold last, Thursday for 50,000. So it exceeded the minimum bid amount if it had sold at the first auction. Because the way the process works, the first attempt to sell is the minimum bid is 2/3 of the fair market value, real market value. And then the next attempt, which was where we were in the process for this property, because it didn't sell in the first attempt, was taxes and applicable fees. Well, that's what it sold for, and the person that sold it they flip houses. So exciting that somebody is going to actually do something good with that property. Property's back on the tax roll, property sold. Proceeds will go to the claimant, which is the spirit of House Bill 2089. And so that we got through that one, and that's a good thing, which I believe is part of our housing solution, is making sure some of our homes that are not, that's just a piece of it. And we utilized the system we have.
Letting in and we walked through it, so you see what it looked like on the site. He said it was actually better than he thought, so I'm pretty sure they're going to rehab it, tear it down.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be back
Right,
sooner than later.
good. I've
That
had,
surprises me, because I thought from looking at the outside, the inside.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it was better than I thought.
Yeah, this sight unseen on the
Yeah.
inside, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. And we had another person look at it that said, wow, this house, they don't make them like this anymore. So, but they know what they're doing. So,
And what was the first one, and it didn't sell, so
It was what the minimum
It
bid
was
is.
like 44,000 something, yeah.
mhm,
they ended up buying it for more.
mhm,
3 bidders.
yeah.
The minimum bid last week was $8,000. So,
Well,
yeah, there were a few.
They didn't know it was.
maybe we should start low and you're.
Where he was, go through the process, so they didn't see it the first time where they moved in.
And then the first auction, I think there was so much interest in the 11 acres, it might have overshadowed that another property, maybe. I don't know why it would have been, or just didn't see it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's good. Housing, the Umatilla County Housing Authority will be taking over Columbia Hills Manor. We talked about this earlier, and I asked them things like, how will they maintain the property? I was told they have several crews of yard and maintenance staff. They will be they'll be as close as boardmen anyway, because they work with Morrow County, so they could just come to Arlington very easily for that, and just let them know the importance of the maintenance on that facility. Had a very good conversation with him. Do you remember his name?
Roger Condi.
Roger Condi. And he also said that there's a 1 acre parcel. So Columbia Hills Manor will revert to the Umatilla County Housing Authority. They will own it. There's a 1 acre parcel behind Columbia Hills Manor that they will also own. So he said, what do you believe would be some ideas for that property? And we talked about housing ideas. I don't know where it would go, but it's there. I haven't even looked at that.
Sure.
How functional that 1 acre is.
Looked at.
Okay. So
It's right behind it.
it's right behind it.
West.
Bordering Hemlock Street, I think is what it is in Arlington. So it would be interesting to at least look into if it's something that could be developed for some duplexes, triplexes, or something like that. But they would own it. From our general conversation, we would not qualify in Gilliam County for a lot of the funding because we're not economically distressed, which is a good thing, but you know, we might want to explore that as an option. So that's an idea. The other thing I just want to note, in Arlington, there's been 3 houses go up. Your mother's house.
Yeah.
I believe Charlie Burdick just built a house, and then Bill and Ellie Tominski are building a house. So development is happening. And if we're going to talk about housing, maybe one of the things we should talk about is what is our goal? What is our goal? Do we want to have 10 homes built, you know, in a year? What do we want in the communities, or what do the communities want? So just some thoughts. I did receive feedback from the city of Arlington, and they are not generally interested in a housing study as a community. They believe that there are enough buildable lots. They know what the buildable lots are, and they believe they're not interested in participating from the information that I received so far. So that leads me to, if the city of Condon is interested in a housing study, maybe it needs to be a city project for the city of Condon. So that's kind of the direction I was wanting to talk to you about, and see if we need to just put housing on our next agenda and talk more about it.
So this would leave us not open to state and federal grant?
Well,
Yeah.
and that, as far as state and federal grants goes, I talked to Nate Stice, and he didn't understand that correlation. He called me and asked me so I don't know where that came from. What state and federal grants? I'm not sure where that came from, or what funding the housing study would link to.
I can't recall the lady's name, but I thought that it had been so long since it had been done that was part of that. If we were going to try to do anything, that we'd have to have a newer study, because it'd been like 8-10 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that the
maybe we
city of
just
Condon
need to-
couldn't do it. See, they can still proceed and potentially qualify for something if that's the way they want to go. I just think you need to have the cities on board. I know when Morrow County's was done, there were some cities that didn't participate.
Yeah.
So if you don't have them on board, you have a study you paid for that isn't going to be utilized with the plan for the community that you want. That's just my thoughts. I don't know if that's
Yeah, I know.
or we just need to think of, further discuss it. But it's been
Or
quite some
maybe-
time now. It's been 5
maybe
months
find
since we had
out.
our meeting.
Find out if that statement was true, that
Mhm.
we wouldn't be available for state and federal grant.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
So, and the thing is, we're not economically distressed. So what grants are these?
Yeah.
So that's what I have on housing. Budget and brief. Brooklyn made sure that your idea, was, and so this is on the website. This is just a snapshot of the budget. It's very good. I know Autumn worked on it too, and it just, I think the one thing we did with our budget is we made it user friendly, so anyone can pick up the budget and see, what are your dollars going towards? I think adding the narratives helped. I think it's a very transparent process. So this is another piece of it. So
And I think sometimes it's overwhelming for people to look at budgets like that, but this is a great
Yeah.
snapshot.
very good.
The QR code that's on the back of it just takes the whole.
Oh, that's right.
Budget,
Mhm.
just so they can see all the narratives.
They really wanna look at it.
Mhm. Yeah.
All in one location.
And we were in the,
And Autumn, I just
Oh.
want to give I saw Autumn's one actually, so thank you, Autumn.
thank you, Autumn, for doing
Yes,
that.
good job.
Good job. Thank you. We were in the work of talking about the treasurer's office and all the transition, and I think I need to provide another acknowledgement of our past treasurer. He worked for Gilliam County originally. as the manager of the grain testing lab. When he first came here, he, you know, he's a big part of the community of Arlington. He has a great family. And then he ran for county treasurer. He's been our treasurer for several years. I just want to acknowledge the service that he provided to Gilliam County and thank him on the record. So
Yes.
thank you, Nathan. Okay. Is there anything else? Nope.
Chad, it's noon.
Obviously, you asked about the appeals last meeting.
Oh, yeah.
There's no new news, we thought that once the Supreme Court had made their decision on the Delta case, and sent it back to the lower courts, maybe we'd see some movement, and it's just sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, nothing yet.
And I know Avangrid wants it settled too. They've said, we want this settled. Mhm.
Are they're standing in line behind the Delta, or are they just
Well, we were
waiting?
hoping when the Delta's decision was finalized, that maybe some of them would withdraw, but there's been no final decision with Delta set back for. A decision with tax court on the values after the intangible property was.
But that was at 25 though, right?
Yeah, that would have been 25.
When it went back down to the appeals?
Oh,
When the Supreme Court made their decision?
yeah. Should be a statute of
And
limitations.
nothing's been scheduled yet.
No.
No hearings,
Just-
nothing's been scheduled.
Opinions. It's on.
It's-
Yes, but it will be. Remember, it will get settled. Yes,
30-30.
Maybe.
yes. Thank you, Caleb. Okay. Any further business? Okay, no further business. This meeting is adjourned.